Hello there. Welcome to MicroStrategy Embedding SDK Playground tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do exporting. So in this example, we are going to add two buttons. One is to export the dossier into a PDF. The other one is export the dossier to Excel. So to see the example, so you go to examples and look for the exporting to PDF and exporting to Excel example. So let's hit continue. So the code will be automatically loaded and there will be two buttons. In the code, let's take a look at the code. So the embedding part, nothing special about the embedding part. If you go to the bottom of the code, line number 212, you see the run code. We have a very minimal configuration, only has the URL and the placeholder DOM. And then we call the create dossier. So once we create, that's it, right? So when you run this, the dossier will be created. There are two buttons here. Let's look at the code behind the button. So buttons here from HTML, you see two buttons. One is the export to PDF. This is the export to dossier. Export dossier with parameter PDF type. This is the Excel. So let's look at the implementation of this. Yeah. So this is a function, right? First, we will get an access token. Since you already run the dossier, you have access token. We just call REST API to get access token. So the function of this is just to call REST API. Once we have access token, we will call the dossier. This is the embedding SDK object, right? Dossier we created. So dossier instance ID. This is a new API introduced in 11.3.4. Before you cannot get a dossier instance. So since you already run a dossier, you have a dossier instance. So we can fetch the dossier instance and then we're going to use it. If the dossier instance exists, we're going to continue. Based on the parameter you specified, if it's a PDF, we're going to use this configuration PDF export. This is for the request body. And let's take a look at a PDF request body. So it's here, right? This is the request body. So in the JSON, you can specify a lot of parameters. You can specify whether you want to include current page or auto page, orientation of the PDF, the size, the page size, whatever the all parameter you see from the UI, you can also see from here. And yeah, so that's the PDF. The Excel, the request body is actually it's pretty simple. You can choose to include all page or just the current page. Let's take a look at the exporting code. So when we will have the body, right? Based on the type, we have a body, and we are going to make a REST API request. We're going to make a REST API request. The request URL is like this, and based on the type, you have a different endpoint. At the end, you should have a library name /API /document/dossier ID /instance ID, and we fetched and / the type, either PDF or Excel. So the option is the body. Then once we finish this, we get some response, right? So based on the type, the response actually are different. So for the PDF, the response is in JSON format. So we need to pass the JSON. We need to get the data part of the JSON and convert it into bytecode. This is the base 64 encoded string. So we're going to convert this into the byte array, and then we're going to create a blob, create a file, right? Create a file with this type. Then we're going to create a hidden anchor tag. Then we just call click. Then browser will open the URL and will download. So that's how we did a PDF. For Excel, the response actually is a binary. So response type is a binary. We can actually just call response.blob and get a file, and then we're going to do the same thing, create a link and execute the link. You can specify whatever file name you want. That's basically the code. The similar workflow can be done with even without the embedding, right? If you want to implement some actual button to download to PDF or export to Excel, use REST API, you can. So in order to do that, you need to so the similar code for exporting, you need to get access token. So you need to do login first, right? You need to get access token. Then you need to specify the parameter, right? You create a REST API call. You need to specify what parameter you want to use. Then you need to handle, right? So also you need to get a dossier, all the parameters, dossier ID. So since if you're not using embedding SDK and you need to create a dossier instance, you can call REST API to create a REST dossier instance. PDF, see, the PDF is downloaded, right? So if you open the PDF, let's open. So this is the PDF created, all right. Okay, yeah, so if you want to learn more about embedding SDK playground, you can go to playground.microstrategy.com and you can check out the examples in the playground. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.